Alright, I just want to show you guys a little bit of what it looks like when I clean all my traps in between trapping at different locations. So obviously cat feces can carry different types of worms, and that can transfer to other cats. Saliva and sneezing, if any are sick, can get on the bars. That can transfer to other cats. So in between trapping at different locations, I will do a full sanitary clean. So the first thing I do is, and I've already done this first couple steps because this is kind of noisy, but I was graciously donated a little power washer, and I'll first get them all wet, and then I'll go through each one. And right now they're all turned on their side, so I start with them upright and then go from top down and do the sides, and then I flip them one by one and do the bottoms, because the bottoms is obviously where feces and poop is going to get mashed up, especially if you accidentally catch a raccoon or a possum. Their poop is absolutely gross. And the worst part is right at the hinge. A lot of stuff likes to get stuck there. This is another reason why I kind of switched to using cardboard bottoms. They don't shred that nearly as often as they do paper. So I could put the cardboard bottom in, and then after they get fixed, they put newspaper on top at the clinics. So that will absorb anything that happens. Plus, I like the cardboard because it doesn't flap around if it's slightly breezy, so it doesn't scare the cats away. Flipping around, and then the paper spills your bait trail because it's flopping around in the wind. So I like cardboard. And then we put paper on top, and then during recovery you can do puppy pads. And I just cut puppy pads in half. I like them more than newspaper because, again, the cats don't really seem to shred them. They just kind of pee on them and then ball them up into a ball. I don't think I've ever really had one shred one of those like they do newspaper. So newspaper is the bane of my existence, but it still works, and it's an easy resource for people to get, and I'll use it when I run out of puppy pads. But anyways, so we pre-soak them so everything softens. We go through one by one by one. Then we flip them on the sides, go through them again with the pressure washer. And then, now that we've done all that, I also pull the mat out of my van and do it because they pee and poop. And I put pads down, but eventually this will get an odor. We don't want odors. Odors are not our friends, especially male cat pee odors. Alright, so I have this, and it's a gallon's sprayer, and it's got 8 ounces of Rescue mixed in. So that's the higher end of the mixture. And then pump it. And then I'm going to go and soak all of my traps in this. Hold on, let me adjust the tip. Okay, sorry, shook you all around. But then we're just going to kind of go, and especially on the bottoms. This one's got a hard bottom because it's the drop over trap. And spray them all down. And then at the end, we let it sit for a minimum of 5 minutes, but I'll just kind of go inside, do some other things, come back out, and then we just rinse off the Rescue, because this can get sticky at such a high dilution, and in order to keep stuff from sticking on the traps, I just come out and rinse it off. But yeah, this is just kind of my process for cleaning my traps, cleaning my van mats. This is also a time where I'll bring out my carriers and spray them down and do the same process with them. If I don't bring them out here, I still spray them and wipe them down with Rescue, but it's always kind of nice to bring them out and use the pressure washer on them. And other supplies, sometimes some of the toys, sometimes some of the pens, just get them a good deep clean, especially after an illness has come through. So yeah, I just figured I'd come chat with y'all, let you know how this works. This is the pressure washer that I use. Don't ask me the brand. Something off Amazon. I really like it. And Hope I see you again next time.